If you have many invoices that have unpaid amount as 1 cent or minus 1 cent, then you don't want to see this in your unpaid sales invoices. You want these invoices to be cleared. For example, there are some kind of roundings. For example, invoice is 100.01, but the payment is 100. Or there are currency expenses, which are not automatically calculated. Although for your information, we can calculate them automatically in ERPLY Books. Then you would like to get rid of them. For example, I go to receivables, and I can see I have this invoice here, which has 3 cents unpaid. But I don't see negative amounts here, but if I want to see them, I click which to show, and some paid less than, some left to pay less than. And let's take, for example, 50 cents. And done, and search. And when I click search, it finds everything every invoice that has unpaid amount less than 0.5 and more than minus 0.5. So also prepayments which have a less value than 0.5 euros. If you have just positive invoices, you could select all of them and click add payment. At the moment, as there are negative amounts here, for example, this invoice is paid negatively, this invoice is paid more than the invoice amount, then ERPLY Books doesn't understand how to make the so-called refund for this invoice. So for this, we cannot use this option, add payment. We could do one by one them here, add payment, but that's a waste of time. We have this option here, mark sales invoices as 100% paid. This means that when I'm selecting it, then I can find all the invoices I want to mark as paid, and it will make the payments for me. The same for purchases. Everything I'm describing at the moment goes for purchases and sales. Now, mark sales invoices as paid. This window you don't want to close. You need this later. In the background, let's do what I did before. Find invoices, some left to pay, less than 0.5, done, and search. I will select here invoices I want to get rid. So I'll select both of them. Here I'm saying that I want them to be on loss on rounding. If I want to add them to the specific date, for example today, then I can select the date. If I don't select it, then it's very clear, it will add invoice date. And when I click save now, it is adding payments to both of these invoices. It is wise to do it until 500 invoices at a time. So when I click save, it starts popping up payment windows, so what you would do manually. And if you have many of them, it takes a lot of time. So I'm just recommending letting it work. You can drink coffee or whatever while it's doing it, but don't close browser while it's doing it. Okay, save. Now you can see it is adding a payment to both of them. So when I take this invoice now, right click and view invoice payments, I can see that it added this 3 cent payment for this invoice. Okay, seems clear. Thank you for watching.